everyone, and happy Thursday. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Morgan Heinrich, and I'm the Director of Marketing at Legacy Purchasing Group. Today, we have a special guest with us. We are so excited about this just because as a resource, this is one of the biggest resources in Texas that you have access to for free. So today, we're going to welcome on Kathy Mills.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good. And I'm happy to be here today to help your viewers get some wonderful information that's going to help them grow their business and become a success.
Yay. We are so excited about this. So Kathy is with the Texas Workforce Solution. So Kathy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Sure. My background is that I've been in this industry way too long. But I love it. There's nothing better than going home at night knowing you've helped somebody, whether it's an employer finding the right employee or the employee finding the right employer. It's a great feeling to go through that. And a lot of people, until they find out about us, don't know we're here. And so I'm going to educate people today about workforce. We're not in the old bus station like people have an idea that we're at. We've upgraded a little bit. And we have so many services, I can't begin to tell you all about them. My background has been I've managed 900 people at a campus up in Boston. I was with Mary Kay. Managing their contingent staff down when they had the Regal Row plant. So I've worked with people just about all my life. And like I said, there's nothing better than to get to meet somebody and be able to share the experience and the knowledge I have that's going to help them. So today I'm just going to give all of you some information about workforce, all the wonderful services that are available to you at no cost. When you get a paycheck, taxes have been taken out of your paycheck, unemployment taxes, various payroll taxes, whatever you've signed up with your corporation. The payroll taxes, unemployment taxes go to the state of Texas. State of Texas then decides how to divvy up that money into piggy banks for all of the workforce locations. I happen to work and represent the Denton location, Denton County. I'm just one of the offices. There are 28 offices in Denton County. There's also offices in Tarrant County, Dallas County, and other places throughout the state. So today, if you are in Tarrant County and you have some questions, you can still reach out to me and I'll connect you with the right person that can help you. Some of the great things that are on the website, and again, that's the Texas Workforce Commission webpage, is information about starting a small business, how to operate a small business, what grants and funds are available to you as a small business owner. And these are usually grants, once you qualify for it, that you do not have to pay back. So you've already got these services available to you. We just need to let you know how to go and get them. And again, I'm not an expert on every service we provide. I don't think I could even tell you all of them. But again, if you have a question, go to the Texas Workforce Commission website. Everything is there. There's even a chat person. So if you're getting confused and I can't find that, hit the chat button. They'll direct you. We're supposed to be friendly and helpful, and that's our whole goal when you go to the website, to be able to direct you in the right way for whatever concerns or questions you might have. A lot of people right now have questions about childcare. That is a very, very big issue. During the pandemic, a lot of childcare facilities had to close. And now that they're reopening and people are going back to work, they are finding there's a challenge with hiring enough people to meet the state guidelines to facilitate being open. So the state recognized this, and about 2 weeks ago, there's an incentive that went out to employers to help them in this industry with the cost of running those and increasing pay. So if you're an employer that's concerned about child care or child care facilitator, again, go to the website and there's all kinds of information on that. One thing about the Texas Workforce Board is they do get warm and feely. They do care about you as an individual. One of the things I thought that was great was during the snowstorm, we all trudged back into our offices after you got power, or light, or water, whatever, and we got a call from the state saying that they had funds available if we could get people to shovel snow at employers. So we reached out to current people that were not working, and they got paid $15 an hour to go shovel snow at employer sites so an employer could open again and be sufficient so people could get into that operation and he could continue running his business. He wasn't prepared to shovel snow, probably didn't have a snow shovel unless he was from the north.
I just wanted to hop on really quick, Kathy, and say I thought that when we talked originally, I thought that was one of the coolest stories you had shared with me. Just because, I mean, it shows this resource we had no idea about would go above and beyond like that.
Right.
And it's really the Texas hospitality. And on top of the snowstorm, we have this global pandemic going on. So there's issues of jobs and hiring and all of that. And just, I mean, I thought that was a story you had to share.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of the other things people are talking about too, as a small employer, I'm going to hire somebody now. I'm ready. And how do you do that? Well, we've got a database called Work in Texas, and we post your jobs again at no cost. They stay in there for 30 days unless we extend them, and it goes out to the whole state of Texas. So if you live down in Corpus Christi and you're thinking about moving to Fort Worth, you can look all over and find jobs that you're going to be interested in. Again, there's no cost for doing this, yet you pay several $100s to put a posting on Indeed. So let us help you and give you the tools so you can research resumes, you can reach out to the job seekers that have applied for your job, and you can interview them and make a decision if they're a match for you. Other services that are available to job seekers, we help them with resumes, interview classes, all kinds of courses on the internet if they need to, or they can come into an office to get them ready to go back to work. A lot of people today, especially the older group, need a little more help. They're not quite sure, how do I go about this? I worked at my company for 30 years. Well, Tarrant County has a great resource called MAPS, and it helps map out what an elderly person needs to do to get back in the job market. So there's all, again, resources all over the place to help every age group and every skill set. We have jobs on Work in Texas from general laborers up to positions that pay over 6 figures. So don't be afraid to go in there and look for professional jobs, because we do those also. We advertise our hiring events. We want as many people as we can to come to the events so we can help them get their match. And maybe it's not for them. They'll go home and tell a family member or a friend, hey, Stanley Black & Decker's hiring. This would be perfect for you. So again, if you have questions, you're concerned about your tax information. I'm not a tax person, and you do not want to ask me questions about it. Again, go to the webpage and either do the chat or click on that particular area, and somebody will be there to help you. I'm going to be available, and I'm sure Morgan will put my email up, or I can give it to all of you. If you have questions or there's something I haven't covered today, I'll be glad to have you email me, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can with either a resource or some idea of what we can do to help you today.
So, Kathy, one of the questions that I had for you was, why should a business have a presence on Workforce Solutions? What's the reason behind it?
Number one, it gives you credibility. It shows you have a tax ID number. In order for us to help you, you've got to have your valid tax ID number. People are afraid of scams today, and we do a lot with security to prevent scams happening in Work in Texas. It's a 24/7 operation. We go through training to watch for job postings that could be a scam. You will never, ever, ever pay for any service out of Workforce or out of a job on Workforce. Do not pay for your resume. Do not pay to have your name put on a mailing list. You don't need to do that. So it gives you credibility that you are a valid tax employer. So that's one of the most important. And there's our website. If you don't have an account, we'll go in and set it up for you so you can log in. But this is what it looks like. You as an employer will see this, and job seekers likewise. It just depends which password we give you to use. Again, there are jobs from all over the state that are here. So you can be looking around if you're looking to make a move, in all different categories and skill sets.
So, and that was something that I thought was so cool about this. It's a free resource. And I mean, we're currently looking to hire right now. And so that is just such a great way to add on that we are a credible company. You can come work for us. And I mean, it's free again, and it's taxpayer dollars.
And I don't manage your account unless you want me to. We can give out different levels of privileges, so you can be sitting up. I can't sleep. I'm worried about filling this job. I want the right person. I can give you full access to your account, and you can be looking at resumes, getting the resumes printed out, seeing how well they match to what your job description is, and be able to reach out to those people 24/7. Now, don't wake them up. They might not want to work for you, but you can get up there and you can be working on it and looking around. We'll give you labor market information. A lot of people don't know what to pay people anymore. So we can put in the skill set and the area that you're in, and we can give you a range of what the pay range should be for that particular position. There is a site on there also called ONET, just ONET, and it breaks down job descriptions, and it tells you what skill set they should have for it. How long does it take to train somebody for that? What kind of educational background do they need? So again, there's all this information for you. You really don't have to work very hard.
So on that note, I did want to pull up the your website really quick, just so everyone knows. Here is, I don't know if you can see my search bar at the top. It's twc.texas.gov. I will definitely share this. Okay. But this is just a wealth of resources that Kathy shared with us today. So one of the coolest ones that Ashley and I talked about was childcare services, the local boards. I mean, just so much information right here on the website. As Kathy keeps saying, I mean, there's so many tools and resources right here on the website.
And I hope people will use them. And again, if you've got a question, you can always reach out to your local office, and staff will be able to direct you, hopefully, in the right way. And if they don't know, they'll do a search for you. If you are a veteran, we have our veterans are in our offices to support you also. So we do a little bit of everything.
You guys do everything. So on that note, are there programs like this in every state, or is it just Texas?
There are programs like this in every state. They may be called different names. Here we're called Workforce Solutions. Other states are called One Stops. So if you're in another state, I would just put Workforce Office when you're doing your search, and that should take you to the most or the closest one to where you live or where you're thinking of moving. I had a person that was going to Florida. She was going to, oh, I forget, but anyway. And we did a Google search, and it turned out that there was a workforce office within a half a mile of where she was looking to move. And they had lots of jobs that were of interest to her. So you can do your pre-searches too. Hey, you're a college student. You don't know where you want to go. Do you want to come home again? Or do you want to go to some great city and try it for a while? Well, go look on the workforce page and see what they've got out there. There's
Great
a little
resource.
bit of everything. Mhm.
Yeah. So anybody who's watching right now, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. But while you do that and ask some questions, Kathy, I want to hear the story about Employer Camping World.
Oh, this is a great story. Well, it has mixed feelings. There is a company called Camping World, and I'm sure all of you have maybe heard about it, but you certainly know about all these campers that are on the road today. Camping World had a distribution site right here by my office, and it was fabulous, state of the art. But after 2 years, they were not making the money or the growth that the corporate organization wanted them to have. So they said, we're going to close it down. The recruiter HR person was devastated because these had become his family, these 50 some odd people. So he was telling us about it. And at the same time, Stanley Black and Decker was moving in from California to their brand new 1,000,000 square foot distribution center down the street. And the HR people, recruiting people, were so much alike in their work ethics and everything. So I asked them if they would meet just to see if we could work out something. And they did. Stanley Black and Decker went over to Camping World and spent a day. I mean, they started comparing notes. How much did the positions reflect each other? How much did the pay rates reflect each other? And as it turned out, we were very, very successful. I went over and did an orientation to the Camping World people, explaining they were not going to lose pay. They had an opportunity to move to Camping or to Stanley Black and Decker. There would be no gap in pay. We could work that out for them. In some cases, people got promotions, but we ended up out of the 50 some odd people, we moved 42 people into positions at Stanley Black and Decker. The beauty is we also saved both companies a lot of money. Camping World could have paid a fortune in unemployment costs, and Stanley Black and Decker could have paid a lot of money in recruiting costs. So we were able to make a match, and it was a win-win for everybody. It doesn't happen every day, but we try and make things happen like that. But again, it's another success story of the kind of things that we do to think outside the box to help employers and job seekers.
So I love that story. I mean, of course, with everything going on in the world, that is such a rainbow, you know, and the sunshine in the storm. I also wanted to know for everybody watching, Workforce Solutions will be speaking at the Metroport Chamber on October 13th. So be sure to check that out. And then I have one final question that came through on Twitter from a viewer. Do you provide the background checks on behalf of the employer for those candidates on Texas Workforce?
It depends on the employer and the program. One of the programs, we have a youth program that we have 16 to 24-year-olds involved in, and that is one of the provisions we do as part of the hiring practice. As a general standard, no. But if it gets down to something, we're always negotiable to help out and do what we need to do.
And again, that's something else. It's a resource. You guys are such a great resource for business owners, small business owners. You said there's a special division for small business owners.
Yep.
We're a small business, and that's who we're looking to help. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching us today. I mean, watching us, of course, and speaking with us today. We really appreciate your insight and all your knowledge around this. I mean, I love hearing those stories about just helping each other. I mean, Texas coming together to help other Texans is fantastic. But thank you so much. If anybody's watching this that has questions, feel free to pop them down in the chat below. Kathy will definitely answer them, or we'll point you to the correct answers. So thank you so much again for joining us. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.